Hey, this market is definitely moving in the right direction for the buyers. Let's talk about it. I'm Dean Odell with Seven Gables Real Estate in the Odell Group, and it is time for a little talk about the Orange County market. So let's look at the data and go to our first chart. Okay, so this first chart is the active listing inventory, and what do you see different here? We're on that purple line. Look at all the previous years. Everything is usually flattening out or going down, and where are we going with that purple line? We're headed up, which means we are getting more inventory and we are charting our path back towards normal, okay? So look at today's listings, almost 3,600 listings 2 weeks ago, about 100 less last year. Look at how much less last year. We are almost at 1.5 times that amount, right? So we're up quite a bit in inventory, but again, looking at that 3-year average prior to COVID, you could see it was still a lot higher, almost 3,000 more listings. And you say, okay, well, how does that pair with demand? What's going on with demand? Because we have been talking on this show for a while. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as inventory increases, right? So now we're seeing inventory increase. Let's look at what's happening to demand. So looking at demand, we are following that purple line. And what are you noticing about that? Well, it's almost exactly on track with last year, 2023's pending sales, which we know was a historical low. So we still have historically low demand, even though we have 50% more supply. So that is very interesting because interest rates have dropped a full percentage or more. So buyers have gained purchasing power, but where are they? We're still seeing historically low demand. So what is this telling us? We're going to talk more about that. Let's go to the next slide. Orange County expected marketing time year over year. Take a look here at the purple line. What's happening? It's going up, 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 up. Today we are at 73 days for the average home in Orange County to sell. 2 weeks ago we were at 66. Last year we were at 49. Our historical average prior to COVID was 82. So we are headed back up there. And if you look at the chart, if you look at the legend above, what is 73 days? 73 days is still a slight seller's market, right? So it's not, time to celebrate completely yet, buyers, but it's moving in the right direction for you, right? It's a lot better than last year's 49 days, okay? But what we want to do is we really want to look at this by price range because that's what's most important, and that's what our next chart's going to show us, okay? What I'm noticing is that seller's market brackets are getting smaller and smaller. There was a time where the hot seller's market took up almost all of this chart. So now we're looking at a hot seller's market is anything under $1 million. And then you look at the next 3 price ranges, that's what a slight seller's market is. Then we have a balanced market below that at $2 to $4 million and a deep buyer's market over $4 million, which that's been the case for a while now. But what we're seeing is we're slipping into more days on the market. And you know what? That's not really that unusual for the time of year it is, right? I mean, our spring market's our busiest market. Our summer market's good. The autumn market is good, but it's still not as busy as the summer. It all comes down to this balance between supply and demand to dictate what kind of market we have. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the market a little bit, and I'll tell you what we're seeing out there and give you some advice. Okay guys, so here's what we're seeing going into this autumn market. We're right on the tail end of the summer market. We've got an election going on. There's a lot of different reasons why demand might not be going up, but the most obvious reason might be affordability, right? It is really expensive for these people to afford a house right now when you consider the property taxes, the payment, everything else. So the buyers that we're working with are definitely paying very close attention to not overpaying for properties. They don't want to pay more than they want to pay. They're educated buyers. They've seen what's selling out there, and they're not just going to give the sellers anything they want. But there are a lot of sellers that are trying to still get above the market. Now, whether they're being advised improperly on their pricing or whether they're just trying to fish the market, it's really hard to say. All I know is more houses are sitting on this market longer than they've sat in a long time. And we're really seeing that above the $2 million, $2.5 million price range. Things are not just jumping off the market in that price range like they once were. And there's a lot more inventory in that price range than there has been. So sellers, you got to be very careful when you price your properties. Now is not the time to be, thinking that we're still on that slope that we've been on, right? Where things are just accelerating. It's not like that anymore. Still a very good market for you guys, just normalizing. So what you need is you need an agent that can advise you properly, okay? You need an agent that can get your house looking good. The buyers are only interested in the best price listings that look the best for their price point, and we're good at getting all that in alignment for you guys so that you will get the most. There are still houses that are selling within a week to 10 days out there. Guess what? They're the best priced homes and they look the best. The buyers are educated. They're waiting for properly priced properties to come on the market. So if you need help with that, we would love to help you. We've got a great track record for that. And we work with buyers, so we understand what buyers are willing to pay for things. You know, we're not just listing agents, okay? Some people classify themselves as listing agents. Our business is almost 50-50, okay? So sellers, hang in there. It's not a bad market. It's just normalizing. So you just have to be reasonable, okay? Well, buyers, gosh, it's so fun to give you guys good news, right? You know, I mean, seemed like almost for years, all I could do is deliver you guys bad news. Now we're getting some good news. If there's any bad news, it's just that things are expensive, right? But they are what they are. So our price is going to go down. It's going to be pretty hard for prices to go down until inventory levels get, even higher if the demand stays the same, right? We know we need 4 to 6 months of inventory, certainly 6 before prices will probably be going down. We maybe have 1 to 2 months inventory. That's it. Maybe in the higher end, 3 to 4 months. So is it going to get worse? Is there going to be more inventory that's going to come on the market? I think it really depends on whether the sellers are going to be realistic on their pricing, because we just saw a house that came on the market that was ridiculously under market. Of course, it had 18 offers on it and got bid way up, and we haven't heard of a deal like that in a long time where there's 18 offers on something. A regular priced property, though, a competitively priced property that's desirable, still going to have maybe 2 offers, 3 offers on it. It's very hard to find a property that doesn't have an offer on it, especially in that first couple of weeks it's on the market. So you need an agent who's going to guide you through, pricing, comps, understand the difference between different areas. Every area has its own neighborhoods that sell for more than other neighborhoods. Do you really understand that? Are you dealing with an expert who actually understands that? Okay. I will tell you right now, our team understands that, and we would love to help you guys out. So whether you guys are buyers, whether you guys are sellers, like I said, our business is half and half. We'd love to help you. If you want to see this information every 2 weeks, go ahead and subscribe to us and it will be sent to you automatically. Also, we love to respond to comments. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking out there. Want to see where you think this market is going. So why don't you put a comment in there this week and tell us, do you think it's going up? Do you think it's going down? Do you think it's going to stay the same? It'll be really interesting to see those comments. And we will see you in 2 weeks. See you then. Bye-bye.